let us continue with our previous topic, respiration in organisms. So we will discuss respiration in some organisms like cockroach, earthworm, frog, fish, plants. Now let us see how these organisms breathe. So let us take first example of cockroach. It has small openings on the sides of its body. These openings are called spiracles. So all the insects have a network of air tubes called trachea for gas exchange. Oxygen-rich air enters into the spiracles and then it passes into the tracheal tube, diffuses into the body tissues and reaches each and every part of the body. Same way, carbon dioxide from the cell goes into the tracheal tubes and moves out through the spiracles. So children, again I will repeat how cockroach respires. So it has small openings on the side of the body which we call it as spiracles. So this cockroach has a network of tubes inside their body which we call it as trachea for the gas exchange. Now oxygen rich air enters into the body of the cockroach through the spiracles and from the spiracles it enters into the tracheal tube, then it diffuses into the body tissue and reaches each and every cell of the cockroach body. In the same way, carbon dioxide from the cell goes into the tracheal tubes and then moves out of the body through the spiracles. Now let us see about the earthworm, how earthworm breathes. So earthworm breathes through their skins. Their skin is always moist and slimy to touch. Slimy means it is very slippery to touch. So gases can pass easily through the skin. So that means earthworm breathes through the skin, in short we can say. Now let us see the next organism, that is the frogs. Frogs can breathe through the lungs when they are present on the land. And frogs can breathe through the skin when they are in water. And how is the skin of the frog? You know children, frog of the skin is very moist and it is slippery to touch. Now let us see the next organism, it is the fish. Now fish is having a special organs called gills. Now gills are actually the fold of the skin. If you might have seen the fish, you can see they are reddish pink in color. Where this gills will help them to use oxygen dissolved in water. These gills are richly supplied with blood vessels which help in exchange of gases. Now let us see in plants how plants take in oxygen and release the carbon dioxide. Plants also respire. They take in oxygen from the air and give out carbon dioxide. Leaves of the plants have tiny pores called stomata for exchange of gases. Now do you know the children, the structure of the stomata? You might have seen they are bean shaped structures. They are found on the surface of the leaves. Same way, now what about the stem? Now stem of the plant has small openings. These small openings are known as the lenticels. So the exchange of gases takes place through the lenticels in the stem. Same way, the root also respire. So root hair cells, they are very small, they are very delicate cells that remain in contact with the air present in the soil. So the exchange of gases takes place through them. So children, in this chapter, what we have learned, that respiration is a vital biological process. That means it is very, very important process. Without respiration, we cannot survive. So all living organisms respire to get the energy needed for their survival. So children, so in this way we have completed the chapter respiration in organisms. If you have any doubt, you can ask me, and I think so you have noted all the points. So thank you children.